To make your cake stand out and get everyone going, wow, what have you put in your cake? Is very possible. You can do that by using a cake frosting that people may not have tried before. They will taste your cake and they will not be able to put their finger onto why your cake tastes different. Let me share with you a recipe that is sure to be a hit. I'm going to be showing you how to make Italian meringue buttercream. It's a very delicious buttercream. Yes, it's not as straightforward to make as the most common buttercreams, but it's actually not that hard. And it's the type of buttercream that tastes absolutely divine. Honestly, every time I make Italian buttercream for a cake, everyone loves it. And they always ask me, there is something different about this cake. What is it? It tastes so nice. So I would say the little extra effort that goes into making Italian buttercream is so worth it. Let me tell you a little bit more about Italian meringue buttercream to convince you to try it out. It's one of the most heat stable buttercream. So it's perfect if you are making a cake in summer or if you live in a country where it's summer all the time. Compared to the other buttercreams, it is super stable. So it's perfect for making a cake in hot weather. It's also not as sweet as some of the buttercreams like American buttercream. It's very nice, silky smooth, so it's a delight to decorate with. Honestly, when it comes to a buttercream that ticks all the boxes you could ask for, Italian buttercream ticks all the boxes. So, all that's left to do is show you how to make delicious Italian buttercream. First, let's look at the ingredients that you need. You only need 5 ingredients to make your Italian meringue buttercream. Butter, water, egg whites, and sugar. When you're making meringue, it's important to make sure you don't have any grease about because grease will prevent your meringue from whipping up well. So wipe down your mixing bowl and the whisk attachment of your stand mixer with lemon juice and with vinegar. Pour the egg white into the mixer bowl. Make sure that it's ready to go when you need to turn the mixer on, but not quite yet. We're going to now go over to the stove to make the sugar syrup. It's important when making Italian meringue buttercream to have everything ready to go because things happen quickly and simultaneously. So put a saucepan on the fire, add the sugar and add the water. Give it a stir so that the water incorporates nicely with the sugar. So it should look like wet sugar, wet sand consistency. Once it's at that stage, you don't need to mix the sugar anymore. You are going to need a thermometer to monitor the temperature. This is crucial. I don't think that you can properly make Italian meringue buttercream if you do not have a thermometer because you need to make sure that you heat up the sugar syrup to the required temperature. To start off with, as soon as you get the sugar syrup going, you want to start to whip your egg whites in the stand mixer at high speed. Now, there are going to be two things happening simultaneously. You are whipping the egg whites as well as cooking the sugar syrup. Ideally, you want both of them to be ready round about the same time. With the egg whites, you want to be whipping it until it gets to stiff peak stage. And with the sugar syrup, you want to be cooking it until it gets to a temperature of 244 degrees Fahrenheit. Sometimes what can happen is that your egg whites can reach a stiff peak stage before your syrup is ready. If that happens, what you can do is reduce the speed of the mixer down to low so that you don't overwhip the egg while at the same time waiting for the sugar syrup to be ready. You can start to see why I say it's important to have everything ready, have things in place, as ideal as possible, have your stand mixer as close to your stove as possible so that you can do things at the right time and it's less stressful and also less risk of burns. So here it's not yet at a steep peak, so I keep going at high and I'm watching my sugar syrup very closely. Once it's got to 244 degrees Fahrenheit, I know that it's ready to go. So I'm going to turn my stand mixer to a speed of a low speed, and then I'm going to take out the thermometer from the sugar syrup. Make sure you wear safety gloves because hot sugar syrup is super hot. Now gently pour it into the stand mixer so you can see that now it's going at a low speed and we're just slowly pouring it. Pour it at the edge of your bowl away from the rotating whisk so that you don't get any splashback of the hot syrup if it hits the whisk. So do this bit very gently. Make sure that you take all safety precautions. Once you've added the sugar syrup, you just need to be very patient for this next stage. You're going to be mixing the syrup and the egg white in the bowl on low speed until the bowl is cool to touch. Now, this can take anything between 15 to 20 minutes. So don't rush this process. Just be patient and also bear that in mind how long it will take for this process so that you are not too rushed. Once the bowl feels cold to touch, or if you want to be very accurate, you can put the thermometer in. The meringue should be about 75 degrees Fahrenheit. Once it's at that stage, then it's ready for the next stage, which is adding your butter. Your butter should be at room temperature. So you can see room temperature means that when you press on it, you can easily indent it. If you use cold butter, you're going to get lumps of butter. It will not mix too well. If your butter is too soft, your meringue will be soapy. So you just need soupy. You just need room temperature butter. Add it into cubes and add it bit by bit. I like to add a bit of salt because salt balances out the flavor and cuts out some of that sweetness. Although it must be said, Italian meringue buttercream is not as sweet as, say, American buttercream. And then you add your flavoring. So I'm adding vanilla, but this will go well with any different flavor profile that you so desire. And keep mixing until your meringue comes together. So I'm just having a look just to show you at this stage it looks like it's cuddled and not coming together, but have faith if you keep on whipping it, it will come together nicely. Now, if you find that your meringue at this stage is too watery or thin, that means that you put the butter in before the meringue came to the right temperature. What you can do is pop the whole bowl into the fridge for a few minutes, bring it out, and we re-whip it together until it comes together. If the buttercream looks too chunky and cuddled, then your butter was too cold. What you can do is scoop a little bit of the buttercream out of the mixture, melt in the microwave for about 15 seconds, and then add it back to the buttercream and whip it up nicely together. And that is all that there is to making delicious Italian buttercream. So I'm sure you'll agree that it's actually not as difficult as you might imagine. And honestly, I guarantee you, Italian meringue buttercream is like the Ferrari of buttercream. Just look at that. Super soft, silky, absolutely delicious, melting in the mouth. Honestly, you really must try this buttercream out. And the other thing is super versatile. It does everything a buttercream should do. Like it literally is like a queen of buttercream. So I'm just going to show you. It's very easy to spread the same way that you do all your buttercream, so you can use it to decorate your cakes. It pipes beautifully. Like I said, it is very super heat stable. So here I am. I've colored it with food coloring. It takes food coloring well. And you can even pipe buttercream flowers with it. So like literally Italian Meringue Buttercream is a buttercream that ticks all the boxes, does everything a buttercream should do. So make sure that you try it out. Any questions, pop it in the comment section. Don't forget to like, subscribe. You know what? I'm going to see you next time. Happy baking.